What's up, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family? One Eye Bri back to talk about the Walking Dead Season 8 Episode 2 discussion about something you may have missed. Did you notice this intro to a new group? Obviously, spoiler warning, I don't want to ruin this information. If you don't want to know, haven't seen the episode, or just don't want to know this information, stop watching now, as we're going to talk about it. Here we go, guys. Now, it's a very subtle line and sequence that happens in the middle, right about the middle of Episode 802, and you may have missed it. But here we go. They introduced the Whisperers, and you might have missed it. Now, the way Ezekiel, Carol, and Jerry interact with this sequence of events was very kind of hidden. So, basically, Ezekiel, Carol, the Kingdomers, and Jerry go out after the Savior. They encounter a walker right here. The walker is tore up, the hair is gone, the skin is ripped off, but not really what a walker would be, except if someone possibly ripped off some of his skin for a reason, just like a group like the Whispers would do. Yeah, so you're like, nah, that's a far reach. All right, I got some other information about you, but let's talk about it a little bit more. This walker looks like it could be a Whisperer himself. Look at the Whisperers from the comic book. They look very similar to that. But that walker was just a walker, it was not a Whisperer. So the Whisperers look like that. For those who don't know, the Whisperers are the next big bad group after Negan. They are people who wear skins of walkers. They form herds to walk among the walkers to go camouflage. They whisper to the not raise their voice. So they can kind of blend in with the walkers, use them as camouflage, take out people or threats just like that, and they use the Whisperers to their advantage. Look at the walker closely. His skin has been ripped off. It just looks like someone took it with a knife. It's almost too perfect how the skin was kind of ripped in certain sections, and you see some of the skull. It was really good. Then there's a close-up after Jerry destroys it with the battle axe, and Ezekiel looks at the walker and he says something. We'll talk about the lines that Ezekiel and Carol say in a second, because it gives it away pretty good. And the walker is just tore up. The skin just seems to be ripped off the arms, the body, and it happens super quick. These are stills, so you can analyze it more, that we had to do. So if you missed it, don't feel bad. It happened super quick. But you see the skin is just ripped and shredded and sheeted off as to be put on for something else, like more skins that the Whisperers would use. So this is clearly the first introduction of Season 8, not of the series. I think Season 7 was the first little introduction with Tara and the Heath episode. But this is definitely a big introduction, if not the first main introduction to the Whisperers. If that wasn't proof enough, let's look at what Ezekiel and Carol, their lines were. Ezekiel says, "What befell this creature?" Then they show Jerry like, Jerry took care of it, but it was before you, he says. Then Carol says, "We don't have time to figure that out," says Carol, and then they walk among the trees and the leaves and everything to go after the Savior that they're worried about will get to the outpost and warn the other Saviors about the position and get the guns, and all this fighting is for naught, because we're trying to block in the Saviors at the sanctuary. But Ezekiel is saying, "What befell this creature?" So he's like, why do you really care about the walkers too much? Why would he even say anything about the walker? It's just a walker, you kill it and you move on. But they pointed that out specifically to say, what happened with this walker? But they didn't really tell you, because clearly there's something up with the walker, and it's clearly a connection, an intro, the first main introduction to the Whisperers, because of the skin was sheeted off, cut off, that they're using the walkers. So the Whisperers are around in the area, so we'll probably get more and more connections, little things, because they did the same thing with the wolves, with the comics and stuff before the wolves actually came around with Morgan, and they did that, you know, way before they even interacted with Alexandria. So they're starting to do that with the Whisperers. So we'll see when it actually comes around, when the Whisperers and Alpha and Beta and Lydia actually come around. So there you go, guys. If you can check out my book series, Fight for Us, we got books 1, 2, and 3 available now on online retailers, Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Kindle versions. It's Fight for Us, The Beginning, Reunited, and Refuge are my books available right now. 3 books, working on book 4 now as we speak. I've had nothing but good reviews of the people that have read it, so definitely check it out if you're interested in another zombie book. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter at the PT channel. We post up there all the time, good videos, pics, and information. If you're on Facebook, we have a Walking Dead community page and a group. Everyone's welcome to join. I hope you join as well. If you can, guys, hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends, tell your family to help join our community and our group to help us achieve our goal of 100,000 subscribers to this channel. You guys are awesome, and thank you for watching.